and welcome back to my space, my office space. It might look a little bit different than you remember last time. As you may have seen in one of our last videos, we just recently redid my entire office. I wanted to create a space that really helped inspire my creativity when it comes to creating content. And obviously we not all know what a huge Francophile and Parisian fan I am. So a lot of the space is inspired by Paris. The building that I live in is an old Art Deco building, and so it already has like beautiful nuances. So I would definitely say that the space is a bit Old Hollywood Glamour brushed with Parisian influences, which you can see in things like the mirrored surfaces, all of the blush tones, and the golds and metallics. And so I want to invite you in, and I want you to see all of the things that make my space perfectly me. Okay, so the first centerpiece of the room, the core of the inspiration, lies in my chandelier, which is from an LA interior designer called Paul Ferrante. And this chandelier is appropriately named the Chloe chandelier, which I absolutely adore. If you look closely, it has little stars on it. As we all know, Parisians love their chandeliers. From here, I really let this piece inspire the rest of the space through like the gold accents, the reflective surfaces, and I really think that it just kind of like brings the whole space together. So on to my next favorite piece, the Vanity. This is what my 7-year-old dreams are made of, an old Hollywood glam vanity. All of my makeup set up in these gorgeous carousels, which are by Vanity Impressions, essential for holding all of your makeup and lipsticks. I definitely wanted to have like a cozy chair for this space, just that I could kind of like relax in, get up in and out of, and just feel like very relaxed. Sometimes I'll bring my computer over here and work from here. This mirror desk is one of my favorites. It actually has drawers, ignore all of the mess in there. But it actually has drawers that I can like store work stuff in, so it kind of doubles as my vanity and as my desk. And this piece is from Neiman Marcus's Horror Chow, and it feels a bit vintage with the mirrored surfaces. And the vanity mirror is actually from Vanity Impressions as well. And it's the same company that does these amazing makeup containers. So, what's my next favorite part of the office? Speaking of displaying, definitely has to be my jewelry and sunglass cases. Come take a look. While storage is absolutely necessary, it's so hard sometimes because when you put things away in drawers, you can't see them. Especially when it's things like jewelry and sunglasses, you definitely want to be able to like have them in your face. You want to be able to see when you're getting ready in the morning. And so I found these beautiful glass containers at West Elm, and I put all of my sunglasses in them, and that way they don't get dusty either. And I can just quickly go and, you know, pick a pair that will look good with my outfit and go on, instead of them hiding in a drawer. So, what do you think? In addition to the sunglasses, I've also got my jewelry over here, and these are actually from Anthropologie. I feel like in traditional jewelry boxes, my pieces oftentimes get overlooked, so I love having them displayed really beautifully in here. They're on my bookshelf, and so that way when I'm getting ready, I can feel inspired by a necklace that I have and not feel like I have to go digging through a bunch of things in a jewelry box. Definitely recommend the glass cases. On to my next favorite piece of the office. It would have to be this framed piece right here. I worked with FrameBridge on this, and FrameBridge, if you haven't heard of it, I did a video, actually one of my very first YouTube videos was about doing a 9-square gallery wall, and I worked with FrameBridge on that. So FrameBridge, basically, you upload any one of your photos that you've taken, and you pick a frame, you pick a mat size, and then they ship the whole thing to you completely done. And it's like the most amazing service. And I've actually like put a picture up in like every one of my rooms, and not only just pictures of, you know, my family and my loved ones, but this is a photo that I actually took in one of my favorite buildings in Paris, the Grand Palais. I'm so inspired by Parisian architecture. So this piece to me, instead of, you know, having something that felt very fashion-y, I felt like this piece was a bit different and kind of spoke to something else besides fashion that I really like, which is architecture. In addition, my gorgeous dresser. I do keep my favorite perfumes out here so that when I'm getting ready, I can just do a And then this is a more sentimental piece. When Freddie and I first went to Paris, we decided, of course, who doesn't, put a love lock on Love Lock Bridge. So I got 2 locks and one of the locks we put on the Love Lock Bridge and one of them I kept for myself. They're vintage locks and I had them engraved, so it actually says the date on it. So cheesy, I know, but no, it's really sweet and sentimental to me. And then there's also some matches that we had done from our wedding. I think it's always really important too to kind of keep things a little bit more sentimental when it comes to decor. So this kind of stays in that box and it just always reminds me of Paris. Last but not least, we have what every office dressing room needs, a rolling rack filled with the most gorgeous clothes. So let me show you what's over there. So this is my rolling rack. It's actually not very rolly as it's not on wheels. However, I love the height of it. This is from Pottery Barn. I just love it because it's really tall and I kind of just keep a really nicely merchandised rack here. Kind of like my capsule wardrobe pieces that I'll go to consistently for like a few weeks at a time and then I'll kind of like switch it out. And then I just kind of keep my shoes underneath. Of course, next to my rolling rack, you have to have a mirror to see how fabulous you look. So this mirror I got from Z Gallery, and I love the beveled edges. Who doesn't love beveled edges? This you can kind of see repeated in the design throughout the space. I think when you're creating a design theme through a room, it's really important to kind of carry those pieces or those elements through, which I didn't do on my own, by the way. I worked with an incredible interior designer. Her name is Lindley, and she's a part of Havenly. And Havenly is an online interior design resource that you can go and you can upload like all the measurements of your space. You get matched with a personalized interior designer, and then they help pick the items for your room. And so she actually helped pick everything for this room, and it really helped everything come together perfectly. Again, with the chandelier being the centerpiece and the inspiration behind it all. Everything that you saw in today's office tour is linked over on the blog, and then also similar items as well for different price points. And then also on there, I've also linked to all the amazing outlets that have covered the office redesign. Harper's Bazaar, Elle Decor, all these amazing sites also featured this. So lots more photos there for you to see everything in intimate detail. Anyway, thank you so much for joining. I'll see you guys soon.